Hey, how's it going, guys? Sniffhow here. I'm not even live right now. I just decided that for some reason, I wanted to do a recording of me reading Grace's report, The Truth Behind Raccoon City. It's a lot of pages, 60 pages of reading. I'm not even the best reader, so this is probably gonna be super cringe. I'm probably gonna mess up a lot, but I figured I'd record this, upload to YouTube. Maybe someone will watch it. Maybe I'll just go through it, and I'm probably gonna point out some things every so often if I see something wrong with the story, because there's a couple of retcons in this game alone. We'll see if they get brought up, but I figured I'd just read this. Why not? I was thinking about putting music up here, but we'll just have the background music running. Alright, here we go. Okay, or not. There we go. Introduction. In 1998, Raccoon City was devastated by a massive outbreak caused by a viral leak from the pharmaceutical giant Umbrella. The United States government responded by launching a missile strike to wipe out the infected and eradicated a blockade to seal off the city. In 2004, following a court trial, the Umbrella Corporation declared bankruptcy. A complete account of the events was never released. However, in October 2026, it was discovered that the city had been used as a hub for the production and trafficking of bioweapons. The report reveals that the established narrative of the Raccoon City incident was falsified and elucidates newly discovered truths surrounding the incident. 1968. To properly understand the truth, we must first go back to the beginning of it all. In 1968, Oswald E. Spencer, James Marcus, and Edward Ashford founded the Umbrella Corporation. Having witnessed the horrors of the Second World War and the dread of the Cold War, Spencer felt a sense of dread at watching the world repeat the same mistakes. He felt it was his duty to bring a change to humanity. As stated in court records following the Raccoon City incident, his ultimate goal was to bring about the viral evolution of the human race. Thus, he relentlessly pursued virus research through illegal and inhumane means. This remains unchanged. 1970s. From the very beginning of Umbrella, the company faced rapid change and intense internal strife, most notably the sharp ideological divide between Spencer and Marcus. According to court records, this conflict was cited as a primary factor leading to the unusual developments which followed. In 1978, James Marcus developed the T virus, which would go on to become the cause of the subsequent outbreak. 1980s. This is a crucial period for understanding the basis of what caused the incident and the truth behind the entire case. Okay, these pages are like, they're we get just like pages of this, which is makes this a lot quicker. I thought it was gonna be a longer video. Spencer's influence in ARC's establishment. Spencer used internal politics to have Marcus demoted, absorbing T-virus research into a facility under his own control. From then on, Umbrella began to actively research and develop bioweapons under Spencer's leadership. The underground facility known as ARC, which was discovered during recent events, originally served as administrative center for Umbrella's research. Several documents outlining Spencer's plan of ARC have been discovered. Exit from Confiscated Records. Long-Term Strategic Review, 1980-0422. ARC-centric integrated research roadmap. Concentrated investment into Wesker's plan in the T-virus. Establishment of ARC as a central command center. Development of ELPIS. Memory transfer and forced evolution. This is the first recorded instance of a significant keyword, ELPIS. The connections involvement. The following documents regarding Marcus's involvement were also discovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records. Receipt of donation, 1986-0138. Recipient Marcus, F Foundation, $30 million. Document shows a suspicious flow of funds being channeled to Marcus. Past FBI investigations revealed the source of the funds, the F Foundation, was just one of the puppet organizations of the Connections. They no longer exist. Connections is a criminal organization as various government agencies has been sounding the alarm against for years. The solicit group is at the heart of all this. Evidence suggests that the Connections sought involvement with Umbrella's central operations. Additional documents belonging to the protege of Marcus, Brandon Bailey, have been uncovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records. Telegraph Log, 1988-0996. Brandon Bailey, F Foundation. Preparations are complete. I think it's time to make contact with me directly, don't you think? I await a response. This indicates that Bailey took over correspondence with Connections, succeeding Marcus. Bailey was rumored to be the founder of the Connections, but he may have only been a small cog. We now believe the Connections has deep roots in the criminal underworld since before the 1980s. Much Connections remains unknown. Spencer's Purge. In order for Spencer to obtain complete control over Umbrella, he used force to deal with any internal opposition and influential adversaries. A list of these individuals, seemingly prepared by an associate of Spencer's, was recently discovered. Next from Confiscated Records, re-evaluation list. Following the CEO's re-evaluation protocol, measures will be taken against these individuals. Cheryl Moore, Michael Kramer, James Marcus. 1990s. During this period, Umbrella continued to grow and expand throughout ties with the government. The organization became so large Spencer could no longer fully control it. Numerous accidents plagued Umbrella's facilities around the world as a result of poor management. Furthermore, information was being leaked to rival organizations and connections due to moles who would infiltrate the company. Despite the circumstances, Spencer was able to thoroughly protect and complete his research at ARC, the research Elpis. Most records regarding Elpis were lost, but precious few remain. Spencer mentioned 1909 date missing. Tricell. HCF, the family at Umbrella. Elpis shall bring it all to an end. The only information leaked about Elpis was that it had potential to upset the military balance of the entire world. However, a strictly managed password known only to Spencer was needed to access it. What is Elpis? Elpis is a powerful antiviral drug. However, this was unknown to those who sought it. The connections and other black market groups mistakenly thought it to be a powerful bioweapon with the potential to control human minds. Confusion likely stemmed from the fierce competition surrounding bioweapon development. It was common knowledge that Spencer, the developer of Elpis, aimed for evolution and control of humanity through viral technology. Completion of Elpis. Based on data, confiscated records, and changes in Spencer's behavior, we believe Elpis was completed around the mid-1990s. After this period, records show a marked decrease in the number of public statements from Spencer. Similar decrease in activity was also observed at Raccoon City Orphanage. Disturbingly, it is suspected that the children at the orphanage had long been used for Umbrella experimentation. While Spencer frequently visited the orphanage, records indicate he stopped in the 1990s. Furthermore, the orphanage was under the research jurisdiction of William Birkin in the late 90s. Birkin turned against Spencer, ultimately leaving the leak of the T-virus. The Raccoon City incident. The T-virus leaked from the Umbrella research facility in Raccoon City, causing an unprecedented outbreak. In response, the government decided to launch a missile strike on the city, with the pretense of containing the spread. However, this is where we've been misled. The missile strike was not launched to prevent the spread of infection. The plan was formed to disrupt the relationship between the government and Umbrella, shift the blame from for all illegal activities onto Spencer. Found records indicate that connections lobbied for the missile strike. Access from confiscated records. Access log. ARC has been secured. Commence the missile strike. The blame will fall solely on Spencer. With this, Umbrella will be dismantled and will seize their assets. The goal is the acquisition of Umbrella's assets, particularly the thing they believe would disrupt the world's military balance, Elpis. Due to Bailey's involvement, the connections were aware of Umbrella's inner workings prior to the Raccoon City incident. This set them up swiftly to secure ARC before instructing the government to carry out the missile strike. After the incident. The Umbrella trials. As is well known, trials were held after the events of the Raccoon City incident. Testimony from Raccoon City survivors, along with evidence submitted by the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium, demonstrated the scope of Umbrella's nefarious activities. Evidence against Spencer was presented at his trials by subordinate Albert Wesker. It is now evident that Wesker was linked to Tricell, which in turn had strong ties to connections. Therefore, it's highly likely that there was pressure from the government in the connections during the trials. Okay. In 2004, following the outcome of the trials, Umbrella was forced in bankruptcy. Just as connections in government intended, Oswald E. Spencer was held accountable as CEO and disappeared from the public eye. Acquisition of ARC. Connections in government seized ARC during the Raccoon City incident. Thereafter, ARC served as base for the research, development, and distribution of bioweapons. Documents believed to be transaction lists have also been seized. These list Umbrella's competitors, along with organizations that were previously found guilty of illegal activity. Fortunately, most evidence was lost with the collapse of ARC. Recovery efforts continue, but success is unlikely. Proliferation of bioterrorism. Following the Raccoon City incident, weaponized viruses developed by Umbrella were leaked. Subsequently, instances of bioterrorism utilizing this technology spread around the globe. In 2013, President Adam Benford was assassinated by a terrorist attack. Oh, that's funny. The animated movies are canon, I guess. Intelligence agencies report that the president wished to reveal the truth of the Raccoon City incident. Also, that President Benford was privy to the facts revealed in this report. Spencer's final years. Remaining records about Spencer after the dissolution of Umbrella are scarce, but a new source of information has recently come to light. An interview conducted by Alyssa Ashcroft. Despite being responsible for countless atrocities, Spencer showed some signs of remorse in this interview. Having lost everything, he sought atonement. While Elpis is a powerful instrument that can render viral weapons inert, it also has potential as a panacea to be used for good. Also, that Spencer's true motivations behind Elpis were peace and redemption. While he remained obsessed with the evolution of humanity throughout his later years, most testimonies describe him nothing but a senile old man. Spencer died in 2006 at a secluded estate. The true intentions behind developing Elpis will forever remain unknown. Conclusion. As we can see from the records, Umbrella Corporation's liquidation was intentionally orchestrated by the connections in the U.S. government. Furthermore, they were involved in the illegal development and trafficking of bioweapons in Raccoon City. The extent to which past and present governments were involved requires further investigation. Much about the connections remains shrouded in mystery, and most records of their involvement were destroyed alongside ARC. Countless lives have been lost. As government officials, we have a duty to pursue the truth. If anything, finding it will offer some closure to everyone who fell victim to these heinous actions. FBI intelligence analyst Chris Ashcroft. Okay, well, I thought... Huh. I mean, this is fine. I thought this was going to go, like, in-depth with, like, everything that happened, like, throughout each game. Like, they didn't really talk about the mansion incident. They barely talked about Raccoon City incident. Can't just say Spencer's a senile old man. I don't know. We gotta see if they remake 5 and how they do that, because Spencer's cutscenes in 5 are like, whoa, this is the same guy who wanted atonement and hope with Elpis? Like, it just seems weird. But those old games, I guess, aren't really canon anymore. I'm excited too, they're following the canon for remake all the way through. They're kind of ignoring the other shit, so I guess on a long enough timeline they'll get to all that. We'll see, though. I don't know. This is cool. Just talking about more about the connections. More about the connections, a company that didn't really exist prior to 7. But okay, that's fine. They're changing the timeline. Capcom, you do whatever you want. It's all good. Yeah, I don't know. This is it. I thought it was gonna be a lot longer. I just thought I'd read this off. Maybe someone will enjoy it. Conclusion. I'll probably do some comments, how I feel about this. I'm probably gonna do another video how I feel about the full game, because I loved Requiem, but it's got some problems. There's some stuff to talk about, but I thought it was great, and I like that they even did this in the first place. Had a nice little report that talked about everything. It's cool stuff. All right, bye YouTube. Thanks for watching this if you did.